Well, we did it. We made it to Friday, the first week of our e-learning week. So congratulations, everyone. You did it. So for writing on Fridays, we like to do, in my old classes, we like to do Free Write Friday. So Free Write Friday is where we get to write about whatever we want, okay? However, we must still follow what good writers are supposed to do when they write, okay? So good writers still have to have a capital letter at the beginning of their sentence. Should I have a capital letter in the middle of my sentences in places? No, so we really have to look at that and pay attention. We have to have punctuation at the end of our sentence. We need to make sure that we have a period, unless we're asking a question or making a statement. We have to have that period at the end of the sentence. We have to make sure we have finger spaces. If we don't have those finger spaces, then we look like we have ginormous long words and we cannot read them. We also need our best handwriting. So I've been sharing with you that if we have sloppy handwriting, it doesn't matter what we wrote because nobody's going to be able to read it. And so why did we even bother with writing? All right, we need to make sure that we are spelling our sight words right. So the words that we have practiced in small group, those words we need to be spelling correctly, okay? And we need to sound out the words on our own. We are not asking mom, dad, aunt, uncle, cousin, brother, sister, grandma, grandpa, dog, cat, fish, ferret. We cannot ask them how to help us sound out a word. We're going to segment it just like we have been practicing in groups. So we're going to take that word and we are going to segment it. We're going to sound it out and see what sounds we can get and write those down. And is it okay if we don't get all the sounds? Yes, we need to make sure though that we are trying and writing down any sounds that we hear, okay? I don't expect you to have all the spelling correct. I can't spell every word, so how would I expect you guys to do that? We're still learning. Okay, so making sure you are sounding it out. Above all, the most important part of writing is that we have to make sure it makes sense. And we have been talking that the only way that we know that our writing makes sense is if we actually go back and read it. Okay, so with Free Write Friday, I can write about whatever I want, but I have to make sure that I use all these ideas that are what good writers use, okay? I have to do all this, or else why would I even be writing? Okay, so for Free Write Friday, we have our circle map, and I think it's a good idea to go ahead and write some different ideas down, draw some pictures for what you might want to write about, okay? So maybe I want to write about what I want for Christmas. So I'd probably draw a little Christmas tree, and some little ornaments on it. Let's see, another thing I might want to write about. I might want to write about my cat. So here's my cat. There's my cat. Or I might want to write about what I had for dinner last night. I had chicken for dinner. So I'm going to try and draw a little chicken. Don't laugh at my chicken. My drawings actually look a little better today than they have been the rest of the week. So, at any rate, now I'm going to take these and I'm going to pick one thing that I want to write about. Well, of course, it's getting close to Christmas, so I think I'm going to go ahead and write about something that I want for Christmas. But, with that, is it okay if you don't celebrate Christmas? Well, of course, not everybody celebrates Christmas, and that's okay. Then obviously you're not going to write about Christmas. I want you to have your own ideas up here, okay? So you're probably not going to write about chicken that you had last night for dinner. Or you may not be writing about your cat. Could you write about a dog? Sure. You might be writing about Christmas. I will let you take that one if you want. But your idea for what you want for Christmas should probably not match mine. All right, so you have your piece of paper in your writing journal. And it's got these fabulous lines on them that help show you where your letters should belong. And if you're not sure, you have in your folder a copy of the alphabet that shows where the letters should go on the lines. I want you to use those, okay? We are still learning and we need to make sure that our practice, especially since I can't see you in front of me, that our practice is actually practicing the right way. So I'm going to write about Christmas, and I'm going to say, I like you know what I love? I love books. So I'm going to write, I like books for Christmas, or I can just say, I like books. Or I can say, I want books for Christmas. And if you say that, you have to sound it out, like Miss Oleg is going to do right now, okay? All right, I'm going to say, I want books. So, of course, I have to start out with a capital letter because it's the beginning of the sentence. Plus, when I write the word I, it's always a capital letter. So there's I, and of course I have to put in my finger spaces next. I want, w, a, n, t, w, w. How I hear the w sound, which is W. W, okay, I hear the sound, which is the letter O. W, n, want. Oh, I hear the N sound, which is the letter N. I gotta keep going. I gotta come back and I've gotta segment it all over again, okay? Because I can't always remember what sounds I heard there. Want. W, n, t, t, t. All right, I heard that T sound, which is the letter T. I want books. I love reading. Books. B, b, b. That is the letter B. B, I'm going to help you with this one. Books is a weird one, and we don't have the sound in our regular alphabet. So we have to put two letters together, and we're going to put the O together. B, k. B, k. That is going to be, I hear the K sound, which is the letter K. All right, I'm going to go back and read it, and I'm going to make sure that it makes sense. I'm going to do what good writers do. I want book. That doesn't make sense, does it? No, I want book. I could say I want a book, but I actually want more than one book. So I'm going to write I want books. So that means I want more than one book. I have to add an S to the end. Books. All right, I want books. Okay, yes, I'm done with my writing. I'm ready for my illustration. No, what do you mean no? Oh, I have to go back and check my checklist and make sure I did everything that good writers do. Okay, here we go. Capital letter. Did I have a capital letter at the beginning? I did, I remembered that. Punctuation, did I have? Oh no, I forgot my punctuation at the end of my sentence. Do you see why it's so important to use your checklist and go back and check your writing? I need my period right there. Okay, let's see if I got everything else. My next one is finger spaces. Did I use finger spaces? Did, yay. And did I use my best handwriting? I used my best handwriting. It's kind of hard to write on the board like this, sideways. I could write better if it was down in front of me, but that's okay. But I think I did use my best handwriting. Sight words. Did I spell my sight words correctly? Well, the only sight word we have up here right now is I. Did I spell it correctly? Yeah, I better spell that one correctly. It's only one letter. Better be capitalized too. Okay, so I sounded it out. Ooh, I spelled my sight words correctly. My next one is sounding out. Well, you guys saw me sound out my words. We segmented them to make sure that I was getting all those sounds and then writing down the letters of the sounds that I heard. Okay, so I sounded it out. And right now, I'm making sure that it makes sense. So I have to go back and read it. When I read, I need to make sure I have my good reader pointer finger underneath my each word, okay? I can't just say, I want books, okay? Because I won't know if I skipped a word, if I missed a word, if I have to make sure it makes sense. So I'm gonna make sure that I use my good reader pointer finger and point to each word. Okay, here we go. I want books. I think that makes sense. And you sounded out my words, and I spelled my sight words correctly, and I used my best handwriting and finger spaces and punctuation and capital letters at the beginning of a sentence. So that means I am now ready for my illustration. We talked yesterday. Do I want to see illustrations that just are done with pencil? No. I want to see color. I want to see bright colors in your drawings and your illustrations, okay? You guys are authors when you're writing, and you're an illustrator when you are drawing. And so I want to see what your good drawing looks like. If I'm going to talk about books for Christmas, well, I probably should have my Christmas tree up, decorated. Of course, I don't have my other markers that are other colors. So unfortunately, you don't get to see my colors. However, should I see your colors? So there's my Christmas tree, but I wrote about books. Yeah, so I should probably have some books there. And I said I wanted more than one book, so I need to draw more than one book. These are my books. Some of them look a little weird. Okay, so now I've got my illustration done. I have my sentence. I did everything that fabulous writers are supposed to do with their writing. And now I'm ready to turn it into Miss Kirby's Class Dojo. Okay? I want to see your best work. It's Free Write Friday, Free Topic Friday. So that means you get to write about whatever you want. However, you still have to use your best writing and do what good writers should be doing. All right, we'll see you later. Can't wait to see your work.